Good morning, everybody. This is Hargis with Hargis Horsemanship, and I appreciate you guys joining me today on the ranch road. That's just a little short segment we do every day as we drive from the house over to the ranch and get ready to start the day's journey. Today we're going to talk a little bit about confidence. As I was growing up, I would frequently hear a quote from what I learned later was a motivational speaker by the name of Zig Ziglar. And I don't know why the quote stuck with me so well, but for whatever reason, it meant a lot to me when I first heard it. And over the years, it just continues to resonate in my life in one way or the other. And I think that the reason it does is because of the confidence factor. And there's several little things I want to kind of discuss with you on this. For example, the quote that I really like is, fake it till you make it. And I've heard a lot of people, want to kind of get pretty critical of that quote. And I think that the ones that do, they don't fully understand it, maybe don't understand the context of it, maybe they've never heard Zig Ziglar speak about it, nor have they heard him explain it. But what I hear when I hear the words, fake it till you make it, is we go through times in our life where we just don't have that confidence. We maybe lack just a little bit in the way that we feel about ourselves and the way we feel about what it is that we're about to take on. But whatever it is, we just feel like we lack a little bit of confidence. So to me, when I hear fake it till you make it, it really means that just go into a room as if you own it and just fake the confidence if you have to. In other words, just picture in your mind what that truly unbelievable confident character looks like in your mind and what you need to feel and sense from someone that is confident, and then just kind of emulate that. Over time, when you begin to practice that enough, you too then gain confidence. You get a little bit more confident in the way you carry yourself, a little bit more confident in what you do. And as a result of that too, as you think about that character in your mind of who you want to emulate, you then will start taking on some of those same characteristics. And some people will say, well, how? Well, I don't know how, but you do, and how you do is because over time, you begin to start doing things that make you feel more confident. You start doing things, and we talk about this a lot in our presentations, and we talk about it a lot even with you folks on our morning journey over here to the ranch. And that's about those little successes. You see, when you do those little successes and you get to where you're practicing those and you celebrate those little successes, it's those things that help you gain the confidence. And where is that the most important? Well, since we're talking horsemanship here, that is incredibly important about your horses. For example, I can't tell you a single time that I ever got on a colt for the very first time that somewhere in the back of my mind I'm thinking of all the things that could possibly go wrong. Now, I've learned and trained myself to think about and focus more on all the things that can go right. In other words, I don't like to focus on the problems. I like to focus on the outcomes that I truly want. But I would be foolish if I got on that colt and realized or thought for a moment that he wasn't capable of bucking, wasn't capable of freaking out, wasn't capable of hurting me in a really bad way and hurting himself too, for that matter. So that is the reality. But you see, I didn't want to focus on that. But because of that reality, I had to learn that I didn't want to be a part of that potential problem. And how could I be a part of that potential problem? By being nervous and anxious and upset and worried. And then before you know it, my breathing gets shallow. The horse will feel that in my pulse. The horse will feel that in the way that I carry myself. I'll be more rigid instead of soft. So what I learned to do was learn to focus on those positive things and that positive outcome that I wanted to have happen. Focus on my breathing. And even though I was fully aware of all the things that could go wrong, I was prepared for all those things, and then I focused on the breathing. Before you know it, I stepped up on that colt as if I'd been there a billion times before. And granted, I've been there a lot. I can't begin to tell you the number of colts that I've started in my career and what I've learned from that. It's been a great experience. But each and every one of those thousands of times, I did have to think about focusing on that breathing. In other words, faking it. Why? Because I needed that horse to feel a tremendous amount of confidence in me, that I'd worked so hard to develop this routine with this colt to where we could develop this relationship of trust. And the last thing I wanted to do is change that trust when I'm just about to step on the colt for the first time and really expose both of us to a very first time experience that nothing else can simulate. So you see, by faking it till you make it, I was able to get through that moment. And then before you know it, the outcome was everything that I had envisioned. And it's not to say that, oh, I didn't get on a colt one time that I was surprised that he might buck. Oh, I've had several over the years. As soon as I got in the saddle, I realized, nothing I'm doing is helping this situation. The colt just needs to react the way he's going to react, and hopefully the outcome will work out good. I'm still here, so I guess all those outcomes worked out pretty good. One more example of that fake it till you make it thing, and what confidence can do for you, is that I was very fortunate in my college career to play for 2 championship football teams. Both of our championship football teams, I played with incredibly good and incredibly confident quarterbacks. One was a fellow that was a multi-time All-American, and another one went off to play in the pros later after our college career. And there were times that I know we were facing situations that they too were upset and worried and anxious about, but yet the minute that they got the play from the huddle or got the play from the sidelines and walked in the huddle, you just felt as a team that everything was going to be okay, that their confidence in themselves and their confidence in the system, their confidence in the outcome was going to work out to be on the good side and on the positive side. And I was the colt, so I was that guy in that huddle thinking, this is a new thing for me. I've never experienced this stuff before. And yet their confidence and the confidence of those around me just made me feel so incredibly good. So fake it till you make it. And what I mean by that again is learn to take it all in, practice that deep breathing, practice those things that really make those around you think that you're the most confident person in the room. And then by doing so, over time, you will become the most confident person in that room. Appreciate you guys joining me. As always, thank you for joining me on the ranch road. And until next time, this is Van Hargis with Van Hargis Horsemanship.